Steve Ryan of the Needham Times asked me to take a look at the three candidates running for the Democratic nomination for state representative in Massachusetts from Needham between Denise Garlick, Jerry Wasserman, and Gary McNeil. We will look at their body language in how they answered three different questions on gay marriage, on immigration, and on state revenue. You can view the entire televised debate at www.wickedlocal.com/Needham. Now let's take a look at the three issues. Here you can see Mr. Wasserman is very definite on his belief on this issue and has an open posture while gesticulating to show emphasis.
Once you take away one person's civil rights, you jeopardize your own.
On this issue, it would appear that Mrs. Garlick does not have the same level of comfort that Mr. Wasserman has on her answer on this issue. Notice the on and off bringing together of the hands to create a barrier, as well as the touching for self-comfort.
I also believe that it's a civil right, and I think more to the point that in our society today.
If we look at Mr. McNeil, he not only has the frontal barrier with the hands, he's also oscillating and shoulder shrugging, which would indicate that he's making up his answer as he goes along and not necessarily as prepared as Mrs. Garlick or Mr. Wasserman.
I believe in civil union is more appropriate. We don't want to bicker over terminology, but I hold the
Mrs. Garlick's more open posture and gesticulating on this issue would indicate a higher level of comfort in discussing immigration over gay marriage.
All of the other issues that are falling out from this are issues that are inflaming the discussion and polarizing people. So I would call on the federal government to act as quickly as possible to clarify the federal immigration law.
Again, we see the shoulder shrug and the lackadaisical hand movements, which would indicate that Mr. McNeil is making it up as he goes along.
Between health care and taxes and whatnot, it's causing a ripple effect.
Although appearing a bit nervous, Mr. Wasserman continues the open posture while discussing social issues.
That there is a need for immigration to take place and for us to allow immigrants in, and that there are many jobs that they fill that we need them to fill.
As the candidates moved from social issues to economic issues, you'll notice a distinct difference in the body displays of the candidates. Although Mr. McNeil does appear to still be making it up as he goes along, he has a different level of comfort with these issues, as evidenced by his outraised elbow showing a higher level of confidence.
We've got to find ways to increase jobs, to increase manufacturing, to increase businesses,
Whereas the other candidates showed a higher level of discomfort and vulnerability with the social issues, Mr. Wasserman seems to show that higher level of discomfort and need for reassurance on the economic issues, as evidenced by creating the frontal barrier and soothing his hands.
Getting jobs and bringing in industries and growing small business is the way that you raise revenue in the state right now. It's absolutely essential that we do that.
On this issue, Mrs. Garlick seems to display a higher level of knowledge and confidence, as displayed by her leaning forward and gesticulating while delivering her verbal answer.
So we need to go back to our entire plan around economic development, around the entrepreneurs, around the small businesses.
In looking at the body language of the entire debate, I scored it as a slight edge for Denise Garlick over Jerry Wasserman, with Gary McNeil coming in at a distant third. It is also important to note that the nonverbal displays do not have the same level of impact on an election at this level that it would necessarily at the gubernatorial or presidential level, because of the increased media coverage and dissemination of the images of the candidates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.